Jimmy Kimmel's most shocking monologue that got him banned? Check out Jimmy Kimmel's most shocking monologue that sparked controversy and led to him being banned. Jimmy Kimmel is known for pushing boundaries and speaking his mind, but this particular monologue crossed a line. Watch to find out what he said that was so shocking and why it got him into trouble. From his witty one-liners to his thought-provoking commentary, Jimmy Kimmel always brings a unique perspective to the table. But was this monologue a step too far? Watch and decide for yourself. If you're looking for entertaining and provocative content, you're in the right place. Jimmy Kimmel's monologue is a must-see for anyone who loves comedy and isn't afraid of a little controversy. So sit back, relax, and get ready to be shocked. Join me as I dive into Jimmy Kimmel's most shocking monologue that got him banned, and see if I can break down exactly what made it so controversial. Late-night audiences were stunned when Jimmy Kimmel said this on live TV. I don't care if it's Hollywood, Washington, or Wall Street. Someone has to say the truth. That single line set off a firestorm, and many wondered if Jimmy had finally crossed the line. Jimmy Kimmel, one of the most recognizable faces in late-night television, has built his career mixing comedy, celebrity interviews, and sharp political commentary. But while most of his monologues leaned toward humor with a touch of satire, there was one night where the joke stopped and the controversy began. Instead of sticking to scripted comedy, Kimmel launched into a raw, emotional commentary that blurred the line between entertainment and activism. The monologue wasn't just funny, it was confrontational. He called out powerful figures, criticized the system, and delivered a message that many viewers, and even network executives, weren't prepared for. And that's why this performance stands out as one of the most controversial moments in his entire career. The fallout from Jimmy Kimmel's monologue was immediate. Social media lit up with divided opinions. Some praised him as a truth-teller, finally using late-night television to speak out against corruption and hypocrisy. Others blasted him, saying he had crossed the line from comedy into politics and activism. Headlines questioned whether he was still a comedian or an outspoken critic. Hashtags like Kimmel canceled and Stand with Kimmel trended side by side, showing just how polarizing his words had become. Behind the scenes, reports claimed that network executives weren't pleased. Rumors swirled that the monologue was quietly edited out of reruns, and some speculated that Kimmel had been warned to tone down future segments. While ABC never confirmed the ban, fans noticed he seemed more cautious in the following weeks, sticking closer to safer, lighter material. For the audience, however, the damage and the legacy was already done. To supporters, it was his bravest moment on television. To critics, it was proof that comedy had lost its way. And for Jimmy Kimmel himself, it was a reminder of just how thin the line between entertainment and controversy can be. So, what exactly did Jimmy Kimmel say that caused such a firestorm? At first, it started like any other late-night opening. Light-hearted jokes about politicians, celebrity scandals, and the usual punchlines aimed at Washington. But then the tone shifted. Kimmel took aim at political leaders, mocking their empty promises with sharp one-liners that drew nervous laughter from the audience. He didn't stop there. He pivoted to corporate greed, calling out billionaires and accusing powerful companies of exploiting ordinary people. One particularly biting remark was when he joked, "If the system is rigged, at least they're not even trying to hide it anymore." What really pushed the monologue over the edge, though, was his willingness to mix humor with raw honesty. Kimmel dropped the jokes entirely for a moment and addressed serious issues, inequality, corruption, and the way the media itself handles uncomfortable truths. He declared, "Comedy is supposed to make us laugh, but sometimes it should make us think. And if that makes people uncomfortable, so be it." The underlying theme was clear. Kimmel wasn't just joking around that night. He was using his platform to expose what he saw as hypocrisy and injustice, even if it risked his career. And for many viewers, that shift, from entertainer to outspoken critic, was the point where admiration turned into controversy. The tipping point came soon after the monologue aired. While ABC never officially confirmed the ban, industry insiders claimed that parts of the segment were cut from reruns and online clips were quietly removed. To many, that was proof that Jimmy Kimmel had crossed an invisible line. Rumors spread that network executives had pulled him aside, warning him to tone it down or risk suspension. For a late-night host, That was as close as it gets to being banned without being taken off the air entirely. The impact was immediate. Viewers noticed a shift in his tone in the weeks that followed. The biting commentary was still there, but the raw honesty was dialed back. Kimmel himself later admitted in interviews that the controversy had put him under immense pressure, both from critics and from within the industry. For his career, the monologue became a double-edged sword. On one hand, it solidified his reputation as one of the boldest voices in late-night television. On the other, it showed just how fragile that platform could be when comedy collided with uncomfortable truths. Some fans still see it as his bravest moment, while others point to it as the day Jimmy Kimmel nearly lost everything. So let's recap. Jimmy Kimmel's monologue began as comedy but quickly turned into a fiery commentary on politics, greed, and hypocrisy. The jokes landed hard, but it was his raw honesty that shocked viewers the most. The backlash was immediate. Fans were divided, critics pounced, and even networks seemed uneasy, with parts of the segment reportedly pulled from reruns. For Jimmy Kimmel, the fallout was both a risk and a reward. He was praised as fearless by some, but accused of going too far by others. And while he wasn't officially banned, the controversy left a mark on his career and forced him to walk a finer line in the episodes that followed. But beyond Jimmy Kimmel himself, this moment raised a bigger question. What is the role of comedy in today's media? Should late-night hosts stick to safe laughs, or should they push boundaries and challenge power, even at the risk of censorship? One thing is certain. This monologue proved that comedy isn't just entertainment. It's influence, it's commentary, and sometimes it's controversy. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think Jimmy Kimmel went too far in this monologue, or was it his most powerful moment as a late-night host? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading them. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to check out my other video on Jimmy Kimmel's most surprising career moments. You won't believe what almost ended his show years before this controversy. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another breakdown of the stories Hollywood doesn't want you to know.